Another 65 to add to anyone's collection, in my opinion. Very, very nice attention to detail here. The Qi65 is a beautiful one, all right? This is gonna be run by WINGTREE. It's gonna start at base price of $349. The Yon KBD Qi65. It's pretty. All right, I'll show you guys the keyboard. Fine. This is the silver version, I assume. Beautiful, beautiful keyboard, by the way. Beautiful side profile. Look at this thing. Absolutely crushed it with this side profile. It has a lot going on. We have a lot of just different shapes. It's not really standard at all. So we have a lot of different shapes. You can even see some of those bottom pieces, bottom plates, you can even call them, peeking through. Gorgeous. Kind of show it from the other side here too. Absolutely stunning side profile. The other really nice detail, I want to show off the bottom first. Looking at this was really, really fun to look at. From the feet matching these diamond shapes as the center, I thought that was a nice touch. That was actually one of the first things I noticed. Second thing I noticed about how beautiful this case is, hoping my camera can kind of pick this up, there is just some really interesting machining happening along this kind of center that leads into the diamond. Gorgeous. Stunning. You killed it with this. This looks great. And then it also has kind of its own shape, right? Because it has these little indents, these little tabs that go inwards. So it doesn't even appear to be like just a boring, you know, rectangle. It kind of has its own shape going on, which is really, really fun too. And I wanted to ask too, I don't know if my eyes deceive me, but does it taper outwards? Does it get thinner, Arkeebs? Is that my eyes just playing tricks, or is that intentional? Because if it is, okay, that looks really nice too. Really, really pretty. I really liked that touch, because again, I was exploring this earlier. And then even the little triangles, again, very extended. You can actually see right over here. Around the diamond in the center, we have almost these other pieces that kind of facet themselves, like taper downwards again. Great. It does kind of remind me of Skyrim, but in a good way. Then we have a continuation of that design language on the back of this keyboard, which I think looks fantastic. We have our recessed USB-C cable. Again, we have some of these really nice tapers that go outwards. Nice looking back over here. And again, we even have a tapered line, which I think is a beautiful touch. Look at that. The front has a little bit of that design language, sort of. It still continues on, which I really like. You can kind of see just by the lighting right over here and here, it goes in, it notches in a little bit to kind of give it a notched effect on the front here. But then it just kind of has like a very simple front, which I mean, really, realistically, this is more than I'd even ask for on any keyboard. This is a nice little front piece here. And then we have the internals in the top. Now, this is nothing to kind of laugh at either, because it does continue on with some of that design language on the top too. We have the diamond here, and then we have those lines tapering out, which they're very subtle and I think look really, really good. Very thin side bezels. Not the thinnest I've seen, but I would say right up my alley for what I usually prefer with side bezels. Right up my alley. Internal step ridges. I'm assuming these are like a force brake of some sort. These little tabs over here, they're silicone. Maybe some sort of separation so it doesn't impact the bottom, which also would make sense. Again, you can see the side profile, which is great. And this is in the shadow. Imagine I'm not in the shadow. It's kind of, look at that. Beautiful. Stunning. Okay, so the stainless steel mid piece, which I'm assuming is this one, is an extra 50. Upgraded copper mid piece is an extra 30. And then if you want a hot swap PCB, because this comes standard with solder, is an extra 5. Even if you get the stainless steel, which I'm a big fan of in this case, $399, insane. I think that's great for what this is. The stainless steel is 2650 grams, so 2,650 grams, which is 200 grams lighter than the brass, and then that's about 150 grams lighter than the copper. It has an 18.5 millimeter front height, which is, bro, beautiful. Stunning, Arkeebs. You killed it with this. Another 65 to add to anyone's collection, in my opinion. Very, very nice attention to detail here. But there's like a method to opening this up. I have a guide. Now, let's see what else we got here. I have gaskets for days, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I got a lot of gaskets they sent over. We have a hot swap PCB today. So this is an extra $5 they said for this one. Ooh, nice screen print on this one. Cool design. Damn, I got a lot of plates. What am I going to do with all these plates? Is there differences between all these carbon fiber plates, Arkeebs? So we have aluminum, but there is also carbon fiber and what looks like a... What was this one here? This other white one they had. Probably PP or something. But we're going to just stick with the aluminum plate today. But here is the PCB. We'll just zoom out a little bit here. Kind of too close. Hot swap PCB has some options, not a crap ton. You'll probably get a little bit more with the solder. I'll double check. But we do get split on this, which is nice. Between stepped and regular caps lock, there's also an indicator LED there, which is fun. Usually you don't get those in solder PCBs. And then you have a fixed bottom row here. Nice color, I like this. You know, I think my camera's picking this up as a bit more navy, but there's definitely like a tinge of green here. Looks to be a universal daughter board, which is excellent. Nice little cable channel here, which, yeah, it looks like it actually fits everything quite nice. Great attention to detail on this Arkeebs. So basically, the real reason to buy this is probably this really cute screwdriver, and you get a free keyboard with your purchase of a screwdriver. Isn't that cute? I'm sold. Way too big? Huh? So these are the Yu-Ying. It's a palm stem, PA66 top and bottom with a 55 gram bottom out. So here's the PCB with the switches. This looks fantastic. I love the silver and black look. I think the granites would have also looked really good on this if you wanted to have it more same. All right, so now to open this board. So the instructions that I was given say that I should take out these 4 screws first. Oh, so this is 2 separate pieces. Ah, interesting. Okay, so that makes more sense. And then we have the bottom here, which houses 4 more screws to get inside. Interesting. So there we can see that this is just one piece. And I guess this is considered the mid piece. This just lifts. Perfect. So inside we see 2 gaskets on the bottom, 3 on the top, mirrors on the top here as well for the top frame. Internal ridges look nice. Arkeebs, and to kind of verify with you, are these really just to make sure nothing contacts with the ridge? Is it kind of like a pseudo force break from the PCB? That is smart. Oh yes, the internal screws, you are correct on that. For some reason I was thinking we can put those in afterwards. So these go in now, by the way, and they're like the key cults in which you kind of put your screwdriver through the assembly. Oh wait, may I see a closer shot on those? What do you want to see? I can show you guys, hold on. You want to see the internal ridges? Here is the internals. I have not seen the OG ones. If there was changes made, I am not too positive what the changes were. This is my first time ever looking at the board, like internally. I would probably also suggest not tightening these right away and just screw them in an X pattern. Oh, I think this one screw is crooked. I might have to go, let's see, can I just fix it like this? Yeah, okay, never mind. I have to go in and, this is a small little side effect of this kind of design here. They just have to align properly, so this one screw isn't really sitting 100%. It's just a quirk of building it. I don't think it's overly complex at all, but definitely something to note is you probably have to just keep a heavy hand on the board while flipping it. Appreciate everyone in this hobby who's designing things, man. Honestly, this hobby would be boring without the lovely bunch of people that we have. It's impossible for me to say a favorite here. Future Funk? I want Boneyard. I want Boneyard so bad on this. Nice! Oh, with the keycaps, this is looking insane, dude. Oh my goodness. That looks great. By the way, Arkeebs, this absolutely looks stunning. Holy smokes. With everything assembled right now, I think I probably would have went with the gray feet for this, but the black feet look great. Wow. Let's see how this looks from the side, fully built. I mean, yeah, it looks great. Let's see how it sounds. It's an 18.5 mil front height, which feels like an 18.5, so I don't think it's high. I think this is pretty standard for like what I like anyways. Ooh, this already sounds nice with these switches. So these are the new WINGTREE switches. An aluminum plate on the Qi65. Oh, very nice. I think I do want to change the spacebar switch. I like the clack that I'm getting from the alphas though. Dude, if this had some scratch to the switches, this would be absolutely perfect. No deskmat? Okay, we'll try here in a bit. I do just want to try a cherry switch for the spacebar. Not that I'm not liking the WINGTREE one. I think I'm more into full travel spacebars. Let's see. Do I have a cherry switch available? Yeah. All right, so that's interesting. I do think the WINGTREE is a bit more brighter in a plasticier sense. Like it has a bit more of a plasticky edge to it. Yeah, see, that's a good combination. Oh, that is hitting nice. Ooh. Damn, this is a very bright keyboard. Even with the cherry in it, like, very, very bright. Let's see with no desk pad, as Arkeb said. Ooh, this does sound really good with no desk pad. In fact, I think it sounds better with no desk pad. Okay, these switches are really nice. I still prefer the cherry for the spacebar here, but obviously everyone's preferences are different with that kind of stuff. But very, very nice switches as well. Let's talk about just the keyboard here. Initial impressions, really like it. I will say this leans, if you're going to go with the aluminum, this leans a slight bit brighter overall. So if you're not into extremely bright keyboards, perhaps this isn't something you're going to be into. If you do like brighter keyboards, like myself, this is literally right up my alley. It definitely doesn't have as much bass present throughout the entire keyboard, which is something I'm noticing. This seems to really focus on the higher ends of sound, the higher spectrum of the sound, you know? It doesn't have a crap ton of deep sounds. And again, that probably is like more up my alley in the long run, but if you're kind of more into balanced sound signatures, perhaps try a plastic plate. Yeah, you could perhaps even try a copper bottom. This is the stainless steel bottom / mid piece, whatever you want to call it. Well, let's try one more spacebar here. We'll try the granite spacebar. Now, granite spacebar's a little bit more mellow overall. Typically, I actually prefer using the cherries from, yeah, a little bit more mellow. A little bit more accentuating some of the metallic-y noises. I don't like it. I prefer the cherry. The cherry, I think, is a little bit nicer. But you can definitely tell, even on the spacebar, overall, because this is a cherry switch. Do you guys hear that, like the metallic-y kind of noise on the spacebar? So you are going to get a brighter spacebar. I think overall, this is just going to lean very bright. You probably will have to find the right spacebar that suits your style. Out of all the 65s I've tried recently, this is definitely one of the brighter ones I've tried, which could be right up your alley. It's right up mine. So totally up to you, but very, very nice. Arkebs, I think you did a really good job on this. Bye, everybody. Love you, and you better have a good day. Oh, that is hitting nice.